Hi, everyone, and welcome to Unit 11, where we talk about MANOVA, or multivariate analysis of variance. This particular research data analysis technique has really grown in popularity over the last, let's say, 25 years or so. I would call it one of the top four tools to keep in your arsenal for educational research, along with regression and a number of other topics that we've covered this year. You'll see that this proliferation or the increase of these statistical procedures that are becoming more and more popular today, more and more required of leaders in educational realms, can really be attributed to the nature and the multifaceted dimensions of educational research in general. And so this is one particular multivariate model that really offers us an uncanny potential to do data analysis. And the goal of MANOVA is really to try to discriminate between two or more distinct groups on a linear path. And so basically what it's trying to do is look at multiple dependent variables and try to combine those in different linear ways to try to have a best fit model. So for example, if you're a school principal, you might want to investigate, let's say, how children educated in homeschool environment before they came to your school differ in comparison to traditionally educated public school children on a number of tests, let's say reading or mathematics or even critical thinking skills. And the principal could have basically wanted to know, what is the linear combination of these three measures in terms of how do students differ, right? So perhaps some homeschool children might have higher critical thinking skills relative to reading and math when compared to public school kids, or perhaps some homeschool children might have higher critical thinking and math relative to reading scores when making those two groups comparisons. So all these different interactions and combinations are made possible and visible through a multivariate analysis model. And so we're trying to essentially determine how these quantitative variables can be combined and maximally discriminated between these two distinct groups. It can be more than two groups, but my example was just two groups. So in this unit, we're going to be looking at how to determine the theoretical and practical significance derived from these linear combinations of variables. And you're also going to look at the underlying assumptions for identifying and testing these composites, as well as the statistical significance of those. I've included a number of videos and articles towards this end, where we're going to look at the design of research projects that include this type of data analysis, MANOVA. We're also going to compute those in SPSS. And finally, you're going to look at an article to see how do we write up these results, because it's just as important to disseminate information clearly as it is to be able to learn how to do the data analysis itself in SPSS. So that's what is in store for this week, and I look forward to guiding you and scaffolding you throughout this process.